Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Marvel Legends Avengers retro carded Quicksilver. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember now you can hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today we're checking out the Marvel Legends Avengers retro carded Quicksilver in the green, finally, which I know a lot of people have been waiting for. If you're in the US, he is a Walmart exclusive. However, in the UK, not an exclusive, should be available anywhere you buy your Marvel Legends any time now. And he looks great on the grey Avengers retro card. It makes sense as he was an early Avenger and we already have his sister Wanda on the same card back. The only odd thing about the packaging is you don't really get the trademark flat sort of running palm hands like you do on the image. They are nowhere in the box, which is a little bit odd, but he is completely pinless and the digital face printing tech looks really nice as well. On the back of the box we get that same image and then we get a write-up that reads, along with his twin sister the Scarlet Witch, the speedster Quicksilver joins the Avengers after leaving Magneto's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So as I said, there are multiple places he can fit in your display, both with the good guys and the bad guys. Let's get them open. Here we have Quicksilver out of the packaging in his classic green attire. His only accessories are the set of interchangeable fisted hands. Like I mentioned, you don't even get the flat palm running hands. Granted, what else could you give Quicksilver? I'd always argue a different head sculpt with a different facial expression, but this is all about adding a green uniformed Quicksilver to the sort of modern Marvel Legend aesthetic, as he is on a pinless body. Now I believe it's an updated Sunfire body just with the new arms and legs, as you still have that unnecessarily hole on the back of the torso, but it is quite a well articulated Marvel Legend body, which definitely allows you to get Quicksilver in all the running poses required of him. I do like the new head sculpt here as well, with the digital face printing tech and the new sculpted hair, which I'll show you in a minute. Very nice. And remember, you can add this guy to multiple places. You can add him to the original sort of Magneto's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, or even to an early Avengers lineup, as when he originally joined the Avengers, he was wearing this green attire. That is probably where this uniform is most suited to, as when he was with the Brotherhood, he had a few additional details. So I definitely think this best represents his early Avengers look before he changed to the blue, and that is why he is on the Avengers retro card too. So yeah, consider this early Avengers Quicksilver, but no one would be mad at you if you added him with your villains lineup as well. So I'll do a comparison with the other versions as we go on, but let me get the tape measure out. You can see he's about 6.5 inches to the top of his head sculpt. Let's zoom in and take a look. Zooming in on Pedro Maximoff's head sculpt, Hasbro undoubtedly do such a good job with the digital face printing tech. I really like his sort of stern, serious expression with the eyebrows and the wrinkles in his face, and of course those deep blue eyes, which are really nicely done as well. Honestly, such an improvement on the head sculpt. They've also updated the hair, as of course his hair is also always sort of whipped back because he runs so fast, and that's why his quiff has these two wisps of hair done in a softer separate piece of plastic that sort of look antenna-like from some of his earlier comic book looks. So I don't mind that at all. And of course, for a running character, you want to have the disc and hinge and great range on the head sculpt, and that's exactly what we've got. So you can bend the head all the way up, but you'll notice that the skin tone on the neck is just painted on top of the green plastic, so it doesn't quite match what we have on the head. Small nitpick, I'm not a fan of that line in the plastic either, but still really like the new head sculpt. That is undoubtedly much better than we've previously gotten. As you can see from the side by side, the previous head sculpt wasn't even the digital face printing tech. This new one definitely has more life and more character. Massive improvement. I'll see if that pops on the blue body as we get into comparisons, but yes, new head sculpt is the winner. Looking at the rest of the figure, it is essentially white gloves, white boots, and then you have the white lightning bolt design across the waist and across the chest as well. Done quite nice, and as you articulate the chest as well, that design does continue through on the front and on the back, which is nice to see. Unfortunately, we still get that hole, which is just the disadvantage of reusing Marvel Legend bodies. But otherwise, this is a decent body choice for Quicksilver, as you can get him in all the running poses required of him. You can crunch him forward, you can get the head back, not like you need him to run like that, but you get the double jointed pinless knees, you get the boots hidden within the design, as well as the boot swivel, which is nicely done, and then the double jointed pinless elbows, which is always great to see as well. So great range there as well. So yeah, you'll be able to get this guy in the poses you want for a running the stance, no problem at all. The hands out of the packaging are not flat palmed like the picture. They're sort of a little bit more expressive, a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more posed, if you will. So yeah, not quite the flat palm hands, but they still sort of work for a running pose. You also get a set of fisted hands as well for your more neutral looks or just for fighting and punching. But I'm sure if we look deep enough in our fodder boxes, we can find some extra flat hands. And yes, that didn't take me too long at all. I think these are actually from one of the comic Falcons. So these are just the regular flat hands. It's a shame they didn't include them with Quicksilver, but they absolutely do the trick when you pose him, obviously. So there he is in a running pose. Woof, see how quick he is? Bloody hell, so bloody quick. And those flat hands do make a difference for sure. So yeah, if you have many Marvel Legends, I'm sure you will find these somewhere at the bottom of a box. But they absolutely do the trick. Here we have our straight up Quicksilver comparison, and undoubtedly the green version is better than the blue. Not only is it on a new pinless body, the face sculpt is such a massive upgrade. This honestly looks like an old man. Like, I know Quicksilver has like white greyish hair, but that just looks like an old man compared to this guy here. So yeah, of course I'll try a head swap in a moment, but in case you were curious of like what you should have on display, green or blue, it is genuinely down to your personal preference depending on your frame of reference and your favorite portion of the comics, as green is absolutely Brotherhood of Evil Mutants with Magneto and early Avengers, but during the Avengers run he did change over to the blue costume, and little fact, he actually wore the blue costume longer than the green, as he continued to wear that as he joined other teams like X Factor, etc. So he has jumped around between green and blue as comics have went on, but these will absolutely remain the two classic looks for Quicksilver. I'm going to have green as my evil Brotherhood of Mutants, as in like bad guy Quicksilver, and I'll keep blue for Avengers, as he did wear that longer during his Avengers run. So that's at least what I'm doing. Of course, it's your display any way you like. Let's try that quick head swap. And yes, of course you can literally pop on the new head on the old body, and because the old body has the blue going all the way up the neck, you don't even notice the difference in the sort of skin tone, as this one had the actual neckline for the skin tone. So yes, undoubtedly this is the better head sculpt. So you may want to buy the green just to upgrade your blue if that is your preference, but I honestly would buy this again just in blue, because I definitely prefer the pinless head aesthetic with the upgraded head. Makes a difference. Next up, let's bring his sister back in, Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch. And this is the sort of darker, more metallic red that was in the Love Triangle box set. But of course, since then, we have also had a re-release on the Grey Avengers retro card in her more classic pink attire, which I actually think pairs up with this Quicksilver really well, as this is literally how they looked when they joined the Avengers. When Captain America brought them on the team, this is how they looked. So this is absolutely early Avengers Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in these exact costumes. Even more so of a family reunion, let's bring in their daddy Magneto, and obviously this is the X-Men 97 Magneto, which absolutely works in a comic display if you desire, and these three look great together, and we only actually need to add a couple more members to make the original Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So let's bring in Toad and Mastermind to complete that original Brotherhood of Evil Mutants under Magneto with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, of course. Now granted, back in the days their costumes may have been a tiny bit different, a slight variation of what we see here in Legends form, but the characters are absolutely the ones that originally appeared. And you will notice that Mastermind is technically a custom, as it is a Marvel Legends Mastermind head. It was the extra head that we got with the Hellfire version of Handsome Mastermind in that Wolverine sort of Amazon 5-pack, but it is a custom body, as I believe it's a Mobius body with a soft goods jacket made by the legendary Rebel 10 Customs. Honestly, she will make any of your Marvel Legends look better, and that is a great looking mastermind. Custom mastermind, but then we've got our 20th anniversary Toad, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and our X-Men 97 version of Magneto, and these look great. And we may as well keep Scarlet Witch on the table as we bring in a classic looking Iron Man and Captain America. I believe that's the 20th anniversary. Look how those colours pop, absolutely give you those classic Avengers vibes. These look great together. And just for comparisons and scale's sake, here we have Pedro compared to some other Marvel Legend bodies. Of course, we've got Vulcan on the Vulcan body, and then the brand new Sabretooth, which I haven't actually played with much as I didn't review it, but that thing is impressive. And wrapping up with some of the Who crew, we've got Frogman, Tigra, and Hydra Bob. And of course, last but never least, it is Captain Britain and Hal Fire Hank. So, final thoughts on this Marvel Legends Avengers retro carded Quicksilver. I absolutely love this figure. I know it is such a simple character design on a simple Marvel Legends pinless body, but it is a solid representation of the character that can do everything you need it to do on a display to bring that character to life, and that is what it is all about. I would buy this again in the blue, and yes, it is just the pinless tech with a new head, but it makes such a difference to the overall aesthetic and the world that we are now building in the Marvel Legends line. It is a very nice welcome upgrade to a classic character that can fit in multiple places on the display. I can see people buying multiple of these if they have the opportunity to do so, but you let me know what you think in the comments below. Is your mind's eye of Quicksilver green or is it blue? I'm very, very curious. Technically, he wore the blue longer, but a lot of people prefer the old school green. Again, I think green is sort of Brotherhood and blue is more Avengers. But granted, green is also Avengers, so there's a fine line. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like Marvel Legends, then well, you are absolutely in the right place. Check out the videos tab, find the playlists, but most importantly, please, 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 hit that subscribe button, hit all on the notification bell, don't miss out on a video, and please hit that join button, become a channel member, either show some love or join the members club. Much, much appreciated. Honestly, hit join, become a part of the channel, be on the channel. It is so, so simple. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. I'm on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews, and I'll of course see you on the next one.